Michael Montero in a brand new suit. That's how clean he is.
Trying.
Oh.
It's almost as if he's in a race, if you're watching an IndyCar race, and he's got the best car, and he's just cruising. And then when it's safe to final lap, he hits the gas pedal. I think people just want to see him go for it early on. But you're right, it does come down to dance partner, right? And I think why the Pulev fight was so interesting is because Pulev engaged him.
He was.
Every 4 years after the Olympics, the big global powerhouse promoters, they pluck the top names from the amateur circuit, the guys that everybody has their eyes on. Those guys go straight to TV. The other 99% of the fighters that go pro, they're not going right to TV. They have to build their careers up right here at club shows like this.
Keys to victory for Danny Jacobs. Okay, jab, of course, we're going to start there. Boxing 101, right? But unlike Golovkin, Daniel Jacobs' jab isn't a stalking kind of jab to apply pressure, but it's to set and maintain distance. That's what his jab's going to be in this fight, a rangefinder. Michael Montero coming to you from the theater inside Madison Square Garden, where today on St. Patrick's Day, Irish Michael Conlan is making his professional debut. I thought Inoue did a good job of feinting at times, using his jab to get Nieves to pull his gloves up just high enough where he could go down and get that left hook to the body.
Shivas downstairs.
We do have free Tecate, free Chivas in the media section. Tom does it right.
You haven't had enough. You're not slurring yet. What happened?
We're just getting started,
Okay,
Tom.
good.
The night is still young. We're just getting started.
Steve Kim and Doug Fisher are having tequila down there ringside already. So
You got to do what you got to do, you know. But hey, it's Hollywood. You got to have a few drinks, even when you're working.
Absolutely. I mean, and also it depends on the location of the fight. If Joshua will come over here and fight in Vegas, where you can put up a lot of money with the Vegas whales, well, maybe then the split changes. If Wilder goes over to the UK, where they can fight at Wembley and do 90,000 plus, well, then Wilder's going to get a bigger piece of the pie.
Michael Montero coming to you from Dodger Stadium on the field, where in just a few minutes, the consensus #1 middleweight in the world, Gennady Golovkin, will be throwing out the ceremonial first pitch.
What made Pacquiao so dynamic was the angles in his prime. He'd get side to side. He was the Energizer Bunny. Maybe better than anybody I've ever seen in boxing history. Literally, side to side, that movement from the southpaw stance with those crazy punches from crazy angles, that's gone now. And what surprised me is Horn, not all the time, because his defense wasn't great, but there was a few times where he actually timed Manny coming at him and slipped punches. Not just because it's a great fight between two great fighters, not just because it's a possible passing of the torch from the last generation to this new generation, but because it's another chapter in the great, great book of boxing rivalry between Mexico and Puerto Rico.
Somebody in his camp needs to talk to him. He's 39 years old now. He started as a flyweight, fighting at featherweight right now. He just can't hurt these young fighters. Vic landed a lot of solid, flush punches that used to knock people out, and Cuellar walked right through him.
Michael Montero coming to you from the Belasco Theater in downtown Los Angeles. We're here for another LA Fight Club card from Golden Boy Promotions. This month's card is headlined by fights with Diego De La Hoya and Gilberto Gonzalez. Look, these cards are a lot of fun. Make sure you check these out.
And then in the main event, Roberto Ariaza stays perfect, improves to 17-0 with a unanimous decision over Juan Ruiz. Great night at the fights for Thompson Boxing's 18th anniversary. And what can I say? It was an honor for me to be here calling the fights tonight. About to throw another pitch. This is your third time doing it. Do you feel a little nervous, or do you think you got it by now?
No, I feel great.
He's a rock star. He sold over 150,000, 160,000 tickets in 2 fights over in the UK, in 2 different arenas, 2 different cities.
To Santa Cruz's credit, he took that early onslaught, he smothered Mars, he started creating distance, working behind the jab, landing combinations, and by the middle rounds, it seemed like his fight.
I think Golovkin wins a close decision. Probably wins about 8 rounds on most people's scorecards, but the judges, I would not be surprised if one judge has it a draw or one judge even has Canelo ahead. That is the site of Saturday night's HBO Boxing Heavyweight Championship fight between the heavyweight champion of the world, Vladimir Klitschko, and undefeated challenger out of Philadelphia, Bryant Jennings. Hello, fight fans, and welcome back to the 10 Count. I'm your host, Michael Montero from Montero on Boxing, and I'm joined by Doug Fisher of Ring TV and Michael Baca of UCN Live. Guys, the biggest remaining star in the sport, Manny Pacquiao, is starting off, kicking off his world tour that promoter Bob Arum has talked about.